out on chapter 1. Whoa, hello. Sections 1 through 5. First, we'll begin talking about Emmett Till. As you all know, we watched the video last week, which summarized the whole story up. But basically, this young man was 14 years old when he was killed. He was visiting his uncle from Chicago. Well, he was from Chicago, visiting his uncle in Mississippi. He was said to have whistled or disrespected a white woman in a convenience store. Let me stop saying I'm kind of nervous, guys. Once he whistled at the young lady, later on that afternoon, her family members had came to his uncle's house, knocked on the door, asked if he was present. Once the uncle said yes, they removed the young man, Emmett Till, from the house and reportedly beat him, set him on fire, and threw him in a river. So this young man went from that. Do I have the actual footage? I don't have the picture, but y'all saw the gruesome picture last week. This is his mother right here, and his Uncle Willie. This man is Congress Charles Diggs Jr. He accompanied the mother throughout the entire trial. This was rare back in this time because most people who had who were in politics didn't support black people, so it was very rare to see someone stand up. This man actually was very disappointed when the reported murderers, the suspects weren't found guilty. He actually penned in the book that we're reading, he wrote that he was disgusted. He didn't feel like it was actually a fair judgment. And he also urged the public to vote because if they didn't vote, they didn't have a say-so. You couldn't elect anybody who was going to be on jury duty. So it was a lot of things behind voting at this time, and black people weren't able to vote. So he just urged them to vote.
I think the point is that if you aren't registered to vote,
right,
then you cannot be picked as a juror.
Exactly.
So you can see that if no blacks were voted, no blacks could vote in the South during that time. There's no way that you would have a black jury, any blacks on the jury.
Right. And just to throw a little nugget into this whole dilemma, the suspect in question, his brother was actually a part of the jury. So it wasn't fair at all. His brother was able to, persuade the jurors to vote in his favor. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Throughout the trial, Emmett Till's father's criminal history was presented to the jury. I don't know why, I do know why, but it wasn't relevant back then. As you can see, propaganda was implemented in this trial because his father's criminal history has nothing to do with Emmett Till's character. So they just wanted to dim his light to the public to make him seem like he was this bad, troubled kid, which he wasn't. As you can see, these two guys were actually the suspects in question, and after he was convicted, they're laughing like they think it's a big joke, and his wife is the one who Emmett Till was actually supposedly disrespected or whatever, and she's laughing. She doesn't think anything of it. So, as you can see, it was blatant disrespect in the media towards this case. I also want to add that, I can't breathe, y'all. I really can't breathe. I also want to add that these men, later on, they confessed to the murder of Emmett Till and rewarded $4,000. So it's just crazy how you can share a story as gruesome as what happened to Emmett Till and be rewarded for it.
Well, we said, remember what we said at the end of class, because they could confess to the murder. And
no, I know that it was legal, but I'm saying in the public's eyes,
they could confess because in the criminal justice system they knew they couldn't be
held accountable
twice. There was no double jeopardy. You cannot be held. You cannot be tried twice once they were acquitted. So it was very, as you're saying, blatant.
Yes. Moving to present day, these two cases, do you guys, are these cases familiar to you guys? And if so, can you name both of them? Yes. Do you all know the stories behind these two young men?
Michael Brown just,
Can you speak up? Because this is the whole presentation. I want y'all to get involved. So you can go ahead.
The Michael Brown, Trayvon, everyone knows, but the Michael Brown, he just looks similar to a suspect, and he got the wrath for looking similar. I guess the same hat or the same T-shirt, and they thought he was that person. I can't verify if he was the same person, but that's why he's not here with us today.
All right, you pinpointed it. The reason why
Not really. The police officer, you know I'm exact.
No, I said not sure.
The police officer.
well, I have the same understanding that she does. So.
No, the police officer says he did not know that they were looking for a suspect.
Oh yeah, I know that too.
Yeah.
I know that, yeah. From the media, the way they were delivering it to the media, they were saying, hey, coincidentally, this guy does look like somebody else that day.
Yeah, at first that was their.
Well, I
was
think
their
that
outward.
they said it was him. It was him who was in there and took some cigarettes.
It wasn't him. It was proven not to be him. That's
all said it that it wasn't him.
Yeah.
They said it wasn't.
And the reason why I posted these two pictures is because this one was released shortly after Trayvon's murder to make him seem like a hoodlum, you might as well say, and take away from his character, as well as Mike Brown. This man depicted in this video is not Mike Brown, but on the news they said that he was the one who was robbing this convenience store, I think it was a 7-Eleven, shortly before he was murdered, and that's the reason why the cop shot him. But in all actuality, that isn't him. So you can see how propaganda plays a lot, and how you remember when we were talking last week, and you said that they have to justify why they do inhumane things to humans, and that's the case. They make up things to make it seem like their actions are justifiable, and they're not. This is the third part of the book. It's called Coming of Age in Mississippi. It's the autobiography of Ann Moody. Ann Moody, in this autobiography, just expresses her reaction to Emmett Till's murder. She was 14 when this occurred, and the story goes she came home. Where did she come home from? I think she was coming home from school, and she asked her mother if she had heard about Emmett Till's death, and the mom was like, "Who told you that? Like, where did you get that from?" And Ann was like, the boys were talking about it. I overheard it." And she was like, "Oh, don't talk about that. Keep that on the hush." And at the time, Ann was working for a white woman as I guess you would say as a housekeeper. And her mother warned her not to say anything before she went to work that afternoon. So Ann went to work, and the woman that she was working for asked her about the incident. She said, "Did you know about it or whatever? Have you heard about it?" And she listened to her mother and didn't lead on that she knew. So the woman just kept throwing daggers at her, like he shouldn't have came down here and did that because now he's put thoughts in our young men's head in Mississippi. And after that incident, Ann was terrified of the woman. She had fear in her heart. And she later on in the passage, she actually admits to the fact that she hates people, both white and black. She said that she hates Negroes more than she hates whites because they allowed the whites to kill their people off. And not only that, but in the process, they smiled in a white man's face and said, "Yes, yes, sir, no, sir." So behind closed doors, they would talk about them, but in their face, they showed them respect. And because of that, she didn't respect them. This woman right here, do you guys remember her face in the video? Yeah. Well, her name was Joanne, and she was a teacher. She was a teacher. Let me see. Yeah, she was a professor who participated in the. I'm getting nervous, y'all. She participated in. Where my notes at? In the Montgomery Improvement Association. She was fearful of her co-workers' jobs being affected by her actions, so she was out of the limelight. And basically, the Montgomery Improvement Association helped to start the boycott, the Montgomery boycott, and she was their editor. She wrote. Am I going too fast? I think I'm going too fast. Okay, no, I was right on point. Well, she was the president of the women's, what is it called?
Are you still on the last slide?
Yeah, based on it, I just can't go back to it because I don't know how to work this. Can you help me?
Wait a minute. What slide do you want?
The one previous to this.
Because I'm taking notes.
What we'll try to do also is, if she would like us to publish it on the website.
Okay. No, backwards. That's going forward. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So where did I leave off? Yeah, so she.
That's why your partner should be here.
Yeah, I know. It's cool though. Yeah, so she contributed to their to editing their letters and things of that nature because she was a very educated woman. You can click the slide.
Let me just, I'm your partner.